Hello my fellow donuts, and welcome back to Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Let's continue. On screen you will see a little reminder of where we have left the game, so you can read it. Also, I'm sorry, my cat is purring, so if you hear it, yeah, sorry. Okay. This part seems to be longer than usual, so I mean, I've played only the beginning, so usually beginning is pretty short, so it's understandable that the rest of the chapters are probably gonna be longer. Which is great. Hey kitty. Oh, Eve, right. Isabela's kitty. So, Isabella has a pet here. Pet cat, I mean. Its name is Eve, huh? A finely groomed black cat, I must say. I'm sure Isabella takes excellent care of it. Well, it looks like it. It looks happy. Happy cat. Some money in your room, Isabella. Why, thank you. I'm a horrible person. It's such a cute cat. So well behaved and clever too. Thank you. Eve is a real friend. It's also very cute. Just like my Nola. Oh, I'm sorry to have kept you waiting. Mr. Layton, you wanted to ask me something, didn't you? What was it that you wanted to know? Well, there are a few things. Perhaps I'd better ask them one at a time. It may take a little while if you can spare the time. Yes, of course. Anything I can do to help. Thank you, Isabella. Well then, first off... Huh? What I want to ask Isabella about is... Well, I guess I'll have to ask everything, so it doesn't really matter which one we choose. We'll ask every one of them eventually. Or, I don't know, because... Kinda seem like different, because her memories seem to be kind of erased? No, maybe... No, she did remember us. But... Phoenix and Maya seemed to forget who they were. Let's ask about memories, I'm just curious. Do you remember this letter, Isabella? A letter? Yes. Carmine gave you this letter and instructed you to bring it to me. You followed his advice and brought it to me in my office. Nola. Cutie. That letter. Could I take a closer look at it? Yes, of course. Do you remember anything? I don't remember the letter, but this writing does look somewhat familiar. I do have a feeling that there was someone there next to me. Isabella, are you alright? I think I remember. I remember Carmine. Really? You're right. I do know him. I definitely know Carmine. Carmine was here in this town. In fact, he was in this very shop. In this shop, Isabella? But according to the town folk, they have never even heard of him. Yes, that's right. What they say contradicts what I remember. That's why I'm fighting it. It's so difficult to trust my own memories. Nola. Stop. Stop. I just came home from my parents' place, so I'm a bit too later than usual from work. So yeah, she's even more crazy about me just now, so I'm sorry. Okay. Please don't let that deter you. You'd be grateful. We'd be grateful to hear what you know. I guess we have to ask that too. Does she even remember that? Well, she did remember us, so I guess. You said you can't clearly recall what happened to you, is that right? No, I can't. When I came to, I was back here in Labyrinthia. I can remember everything up until I boarded that cargo ship. That's funny how... Why Phoenix and Maya don't remember anything? At least it looks like it. But Layton does remember. But after that, I just can't seem to remember how I got back here. It seems the townsfolk didn't even notice that I'd been away. I almost thought the whole thing must have been just a dream, until the two of you appeared here in Labyrinthia. It seems I wasn't dreaming after all. Yes, indeed. It all really did happen. You came to my office, and then the witch came for you. So, does that mean that the witch brought the speller back to Labyrinthia? Well, I suppose so, but why was I in London in the first place? Why did I meet you two gentlemen? And why was the witch after me? Probably because of Carmine. He was here with you too, and he probably tried to save you from witch. That's at least my guess. I just can't seem to remember why. Espella, you and Carmine were running away from witches, weren't you? Carmine? Do you mean to say that you don't remember being in London with Carmine? Carmine took you with him and tried to escape from this town. Carmine took me with him and tried to escape? I'm sorry, I do have a vague memory of Carmine, but why was I in London? I just can't seem to remember. I think I asked... Oh. What she can recall. Please, do let us know what you can recall. According to my memory, Carmine was working here in this bakery. Huh? But there are already two workers in the shop, right? Mr. Wright and Maya. Those two have also been working here making bread for some time now. Or at least, I'm quite sure that must be the case. Well, one person outside, a guy who seemed to be uninterested in anything, mentioned that he isn't sure that these two have been working here before. Mrs. Eclair and anyone else around here would soon tell you so. That's why I put no faith in my memory. This difference in perception is certainly intriguing, and the fact that Carmine worked here has me somewhat curious. Nola. Oh. Baby. I know. You can come here to my lap. Come on. Don't be afraid. Come. But lie down so you don't bother me for the time being. Okay. I'm sorry, she's probably purring right into the mic. But she just needs to be with her mommy. Okay. And the fact that Carmina worked here has me somewhat curious. Do you think all the townsfolk could just be pretending not to know? I'm not sure about that. I mean, maybe Carmina really was here and they are acting like they don't remember. After all, he did mention in that letter that he wrote that he escaped from Labyrinthia. How about we go and ask a few people around the town? If they do pretend, I don't think they are gonna just tell us about it. No, look, I don't think that's a good idea. As you are no doubt well aware by now, a single word out of place can be enough to bring in the knights against us. Yeah. Not only that, but I really cannot believe that Mrs. Eclair would pretend not to know him. She's always so straight with people. She's never two-faced. I see. Perhaps, Luke, we should be thankful that she took care of him. Yes, you're right, of course, Professor. By the way, in that letter, Carmina claimed that this town held a mysterious secret. He implied that he wanted me to solve Labyrinthia mystery. Do you have any idea what that mystery could be? Labyrinthia mystery? I'm sorry, but I've never even suspected that this town holds any secrets. Then, what might it have been that Carmina was investigating? What was Carmina investigating? Huh. I think I might know what it could be. One time Carmina asked me this. Why is it that whatever is written by the storyteller in the Historia Labyrinthia always becomes fact? Yeah, this seems like a mystery. If that puzzle can be solved, then we will unravel the mystery of Labyrinthia, he said. So, Carmina didn't believe that what's written must always come true either. Well, I'm not sure, but what? It's only natural that what's written in that book must come true. And it's hard for me to believe that both you and Carmina could doubt this. Just like everyone who lives here. They are so certain that it's all true. Well, speaking for myself, I just can't believe it so easily. Nevertheless, to the people of Labyrinthia it appears to be a matter of common sense, which is why those knights treated us with such suspicion. That's true, but are you saying that in your London there's no story? Yeah. There is actually a lot of stories, but they're just stories. Well, there are certainly none that come true as the Historia Labyrinthia does. In the world as we know it, such a notion is inconceivable. As I suspected. Carmina is from the same London as you two, so I suppose it makes perfect sense that you should all think in that way. Incidentally, what action did Carmina take after he came to the suspect to suspect the story? Well, Carmina often visited the Great Archive. Huh. Yes, that's where all the volumes of the story are kept. You mean to say all previous volumes too? Yes, every volume of the story so far. All of them. I see. In other words, he wanted to confirm the authenticity of the story. But, Professor, Surely he wouldn't be in trouble with the witches just for looking at some books. As I recall, in the letter he sent to me, he wrote, I realized the town held a mysterious secret and decided to get to the bottom of it. But before I could, they found me. I believe that was it. Which probably means it wasn't just ordinary books that he was investigating. It's quite likely that the books had something to do with the witches. So you mean Carmina came close to unraveling Labyrinthia's mystery, and therefore became the witch's target? Is that what you're suggesting? I believe that would be highly probable. But why did the witches... Spella, have there been other theories involving witches before this? Yes, there have been many stories about them. All of these stories are also being kept in the Great Archive. I guess I want to check that archive myself. Stories about the witches are no doubt a source of considerable fear for the townsfolk. So why is it deemed necessary to keep such stories in the Great Archive? They are an important source of information for the Inquisition. Their prime objective is to capture witches and protect the people of the town. So you're saying that in order to fight the witches, it is essential to read about them and learn their ways? Yes, that's right. Stories involving the witches are under the authority of the Order of Knights. And the Order of Knights was established to protect the town of Labyrinthia. The storyteller, the Order of Knights, and the Inquisition, they are the ones who govern this town. The entire fate of Labyrinthia is decided by the Creator, otherwise known as the Storyteller. That personage is the weaver of all life in Labyrinthia, including the current horrifying story involving the actions of the witch. It then falls to the Order of Knights to protect the townsfolk from such events. The Knights not only protect the people, but also act as the storyteller's guard. And finally, the Inquisition is responsible for trying the witches in the witches' court. There's the witches' court. So, yeah, I've been wondering when else are we gonna partake into the court? Yes, yeah, okay. In Labyrinthia too. It's gonna be interesting. That is the manner in which this town is managed and order is maintained. Undoubtedly, it was the Order of the Knights keeping peace during the parade we saw. That's right. The storyteller holds those parades from time to time. He gives the townsfolk the story that will determine their fate from that time onwards. The story this time involved a witch, which explains why the knights were on such high alert. I wonder what spells will be used this time. If only we could check in that book. I mean, what's the point if you guys said that whatever happens in the story, it happens and apparently nothing can be done? So what's the point of those guards? They probably can't change what was gonna happen, so yeah. Just a moment, Espella. What was it that you just said? Do you mean to say that there is a book about magic? Yes, there is. In the Great Archive, it describes all the spells that provide the witches with their wicked power. It is a special book, used by the Knights of the Inquisition to aid them in their investigations. That's it. That must have been what Carmina was so interested in. He was investigating the witch's power. Of course, it's possible that he came up in a secret that he shouldn't have known. And that's why the witches attacked him. Indeed, Luke. That may well be the reason. The story, so respected by the people and the witches from whom they fear, there could be a certain secret connecting these two in some way. Yeah, I guess, if you say so. Thank you, Espella. It seems we now know where to begin with our investigation. So you'll be visiting Great Archive? Is it a good idea? I mean, the whole town is probably looking for you. Yes, indeed. The book about magic that resides there may well provide a valuable clue towards unraveling the mystery of Labyrinthia. We'd better get going with our investigation straight away, right, Professor? Absolutely, Luke. We must solve this puzzle for Carmina's sake, as well as for our own. Mr. Layton? Please take me along with you. I'm not sure that's wise. It might put you in more than a little trouble. It is likely that Carmina's investigations are what led to him being pursued by witches, and if that's the case, the path we tread may well be fraught with danger. Even so, I really would like to help you. Talking with you both like this, I too have come to believe that there must be a secret to this town. I want to help you find what's that secret? Well, Espella, I suppose that settles it. From here on it, let's all do our very best to solve this mystery together. Yes, together. I'm the Professor Apprentice, so if there's anything you need to know, just ask. Thank you, Luke. Luke? I'll be sure to do that. Well then, without any further ado, let's follow in Carmina's footsteps and visit the Great Archive. I'm quite certain that's where the clues are waiting to be found. Yes, let's go. Oh, is it hungry? Not you, Eve. I'm afraid you'll have to stay here until I get back. It's not happy. Oh, my pendant. I almost forgot it. That's a lovely pendant, Espella. It's very old. I can't even remember how old I was when I started wearing it. Right. Sorry to have kept you. Shall we leave it for the Great Archive now? I guess we should. Oh, Espella, are you out somewhere? Yes, I'm taking Mr. Layton and Luke to see the Great Archive. Is that so? Well, you might want to hurry. It looks like it might rain at any time. Ah yes, that reminds me. Could you get me something while you're out? Just on your way back would be fine. Yes, of course. What can I get for you? Some goat's milk from Mary. I forgot to get some when I was at the market. Okay, I'll drop round to Mary's farm on the way back. Would you? There's a milk bucket ready around the back. Milk, you say? Naturally, our bakery uses only the finest goat's milk for our milk loaf. It's so fluffy and white. It's delicious. Core. Sounds great. Let's be certain to try some later, Luke. Only if you have money. I'm totally up for it. That. Well, I must admit, kind of sounds tasty. So, you're both friends of Aspelis? I'm glad to see she has friends like you. Oh, that's nice, Maya. Would you say anything? Sorry if I came across as rude earlier. Please paid no thought. It's just that sometimes I get carried away when I'm pounding the dove like that. Dove. Nola, I know you're just resting there, but it's not very comfortable. Don't worry. Don't be afraid. No, don't go away. Okay, whatever. Sorry about that. My chair. It's so broken. Well, it was kind of surprising to hear a big thump like that. Thump? Oh. Even if you were just kneading the duff. Nola! Don't. And when you said, take that, my heart nearly stopped. When I bake great... Nola? Okay. I guess I just feel the need to present it to the customer like that. Great for you. I'm sorry. Kinda sleepy. This is probably, yeah, it's just the way to Aspella's room, so we don't need it. Okay, our way heads here. North Parade Avenue. Well, I guess that's where we wanna go, right? It's the new place. It looks like the knights have given up searching for us. Thank goodness. And you're just walking in the middle of the streets? That's interesting. Yes, it seems you're right, Luke. From the look of things, we should be safe to explore a little more before making our way to the Great Archive. Okay. Hello. Did you two see the latest story? When you say the latest, am I to assume that these parades are held on a regular basis? You mean you don't know that? People these days, no one knows a thing. Never mind, I'm a forgiving sort. I suppose I should fill the gaps in your knowledge. That's not very polite. Well, it's fine. Ahem. The storyteller appears in the parade, I'm sorry, I don't know how you pronounce that really. Before the common people whenever he writes a new story. It would be no overstatement to say that I spend every waking day looking forward to the stories that he provides. So, you look forward to the stories in which witches burn people? Isn't it usually fun to read about? What are you saying? That only happens to be the story this time. Usually the storyteller writes the most wonderful stories. That's why I thought he would give us a wonderful chapter today, too. Instead, I found myself caught up in the crowd. My glasses were broken and I was bitten by a dog. By a dog, that's random. Don't feel down. Every cloud has a silver lining, so they say. Don't feel down. Well, I think it was you who broke the glasses. Just my guess here. Don't feel down, you say? Do I look like I am feeling down? Bah! No way I'm feeling down. If my unhappiness is recorded in the storyteller's pages, then so be it. Oh, sorrow. A part of me is such sweet sorrow. Okay. It seems that not all stories are born equal. Why do I feel that person's character might have something to do with it? What? Oh. Oh, they just moved. I got some money. There's a den guard right there. And I mean, they're supposed to be looking for us. And we are just walking around the town, talking to people, and no one gives a damn about that. Okay, there's another guard here. just perfect. And they are even get paid. Can you believe this? I'm sorry. I'm so sleepy. Okay, I can't find. Can't find. There must be third. Nope. Waving? Come on. I'm sure I have missed the third coin. Ah, what? I'm so sure I checked there before. What a bullshit. Ah, it's you two. You were causing quite a bit of a commotion earlier. We weren't causing a commotion. The storyteller's story is always right, and I cannot abide anyone saying otherwise. Then you believe that a witch will appear and commit some foul crimes? Of course I do. The storyteller decides everything that happens in this town. Whether the folk meet with good fortune or ill, all that comes to pass is already decided by the storyteller. Whoever the victims are, they are probably up to no good on a regular basis. I spend every day as an upstanding citizen, so even if a witch does appear, I have absolutely nothing to worry about. Nothing to worry about. Yeah. You do look like you don't have anything to worry about. It's no use pretending. I am afraid of the witch. It's over for me. Maybe you ought to go home as soon as you can. Yeah, maybe it's good for you. Okay. I'm done investigating here. Wait, means... How come I found only... Wait, what? I came here out of nowhere, okay. Never mind. I missed 2 coins in the first screen though of this town. But maybe I'll have possibility later. Oh damn. I didn't read. What did you say again? Wow. It looked impressive even from a distance, but now we are here up close. It's huge. Just looking up at it makes my neck ache. It might have taken considerable time and manpower to erect a building of this size. Yes, it did. This building has become something of a symbol for the town. Huh? Hey, look at that roof over there. It's there. It's broken. It looks like it suffered considerable fire damage. Fire? I don't really see anything burned, but okay. At some point. Was there a major fire or something? Ah, that was... I've been listening for a while and must say you two really are strange. Who's there? Oh, hi. Huh. The person that remembers that Maya and Phoenix weren't working here. So, seems like he knows more than he tells us, really. Oh, it's you. That roof has been like that for some time. It's certainly nothing new. Really? If it's all right with you, could you tell us a little about it? You two never cease to amaze me with your incredible lack of knowledge. First part of that sentence sounded nice, but the second one didn't. Oh well. Well, I guess it couldn't hurt to tell you. That damage is from the legendary fire. The legendary fire? Yes, long ago. There was a huge fire that engulfed almost this entire town. The damage there occurred at that time. You can see other traces of the fire around town too, here and there. The entire town was engulfed in a huge fire? All of the townsfolk know about it. You're probably the only ones that don't, because we just came here. Thank you for filling us in. That's certainly cleared up a few things. No problem. It so happens I had nothing better to do. It wasn't such a bad way to kill time. Anyway, I'll see you around. To think that even a building of this size could be affected by fire. The fire that spread through the town really must have been legendary. You're certainly right about that, Luke. Spella, is something the matter? Oh, no, nothing at all. Shall we make our way inside? Yeah, we all noticed she acted strangely. Money. Collect everything because I will probably need all of them when it's an end game. It's usually 3 coins in each. Oh, is that lovely couple? No, it's not a lovely couple. This is not a guy. Oh, no good. What shall I do? What's the matter? Is there something troubling you, madam? Oh, yes, something certainly is troubling me. I mean, today is a scary story. It's just so frightening. I may be afraid, but I have to do it. I have to finish my delivery. See this? A whole satchel full of letters. A letter fest. And I have to deliver them all. Well, good luck with that. Oh my, that really is a lot of letters. If you'd like, I could help by delivering a few of them for you. Oh, Spella! No, it's alright. After all, it's my job. And anyway, you look busy right now yourself. Well, a little, but we should always help each other in times of need. I'm okay. Don't worry about me. I've got it covered. Right, I'm off. I can do this. I can deliver them all. The letters, I mean. Nothing can stop the Labyrinthia courier. She's funny. Ah, she's gone. She really was in a hurry, wasn't she? But is she really alright? She seemed a bit flustered. I think she's just very, very busy. Come on, let's head to the Great Archive. Oh, we're gonna have a puzzle finally. It just won't do. It's completely unacceptable. What's unacceptable? There's no one in the world more splendid than Inquisitor Barnham. And yet every time it's that woman who gets to stand alongside the storyteller. Damn it, I'm breaking my tongue here. It's so unfair. You mean the woman who was distributing the story to the crowd, is that right? To be honest, I found her a little scary. You should also have found her a little familiar. No? I thought she looked like the woman that was in the same carriage that we were riding when we entered the town. I'm sure it's all some plan of hers. I just feel sorry for my poor Zackhams. If only I could get closer, I could offer my support. It would certainly be difficult to get close with that bustling crowd all around, perhaps even dangerous. I'd fly. Huh? I could flow down beside him, Wait, what? I couldn't read that whole thing. What? Wait, that's random. Oh no, not labyrinth. What's that? Puzzle 15. Navigate, look through the clouds and help him find the professor. Jumping into the holes of the clouds will drop Blue down to the level below. Likewise, jumping on the fluffy clouds will send him flying up to the level above. But I can't see the whole maze. Can I? No. I like this music, it's so relaxing. For some reason it makes me feel sad too. Okay, that's what I tried, but I didn't try this one. Well, let's give it a try. Okay, so it wasn't what I wanted. Because I just came back to the start. Huh. Well, that's bizarre. Where's the exit? I don't even see the exit. Do you see the exit? I know I don't. No. I mean, seriously. What exactly I mean, where am I supposed to go? I don't see the destination itself, so it's confusing. Maybe I'm supposed to go to some holes here, not some. It's gonna... It doesn't matter. I probably will just skip this because this is ridiculous. No, what do you want? Okay. Oh, I can't see anything there. How much can we walk? Oh, this is something new. Haven't been in this part, so I'm doing something, accomplishing some of the things. It seems like this is the only way to go, so let's do it. Yeah, this is also the only way. Seems like I'm on the right track. Not sure. Okay. Now this also is the only way. There's no other way, right? I haven't been here. Don't fuck it up now, man. Hi, Layton. What the hell are we smoking?
Don't worry, leave this one to me. As you'd expect from a gentleman in training.
Yeah. Professor, I don't think she's coming back. We can only hope that she manages to reach the man she's after. Or not. I'd like to see it happen though. Wow, there are books crammed in here from floor to ceiling. Truly remarkable. Are all of these books stories? Yes, they are. All of them. It's sad that these were all written by the storyteller. All of these books? But there are so many. Excuse me, beg your pardon, look out. Gangway? Dewey. Okay. Another funny character here. I've got them. Don't worry. Piece of cake. Phew. Told them. Told you. No problem. He's a bad guy. Wait, are those his eyes? I see you blinking there with these dots. Sorry to startle you folk. I didn't think there was anyone here. That's all right. It's lucky you didn't drop any books. I don't think I've ever seen anyone carry so many books at once. Aren't they heavy? I love books, so I feel like a mother carrying her baby. Okay, that's interesting. If you love books too, why not carry a few with me? I do love books, but I don't think I could carry that many. You obviously don't understand the true enjoyment of books. Embracing books, being buried in books, the feel of books, the smell of books, listening of the sound of the pages turning, gazing up at the books piled, being surrounded by books and playing with them. That's how you enjoy the books. Do you sleep with books too? I'm not sure I totally agree. Do we? Huh? That voice. That's a spell, isn't it? Uh-oh. Here we go again. Oh, he's nervous. Cute. Please remain calm. You wouldn't want to drop those books. Just leave it to me. See, all under control. Sorry, I didn't mean to startle you like this. Dewey, we have come here to find a book about magic. Magic? I should have known. That is, never mind. Well, if it's magic that you're interested in, then might I suggest the Grand Grimoire? Grand Grimoire, you say? We'd like to borrow that book if we may. Well, you'll need Miss Mystere's permission. Are you sure you want to borrow it? Absolutely. We are very interested in magic. Friends of Aspella's interested in magic? So these two must also be... Uh-oh. Oops. No! I'm losing them. Silence. Oh, what? You're just a girl? Riddle? Silence in the library. Oh, let me first check out some stuff before I actually talk to you. Find some coins in your room. That probably belongs to you. I found two, right? I like the music here. The music in the whole game, I like it. Keeping true to the series. Pretty good. Well done. What if we talk to him first? Only Miss Mystere can give permission to borrow the Grand Grimoire, but I doubt she would allow it. Are you Miss Mystere? The Great Archive was founded for those in noble pursuit of knowledge. I must ask you to be a little quieter, please. Dewey, as a budding librarian, I would have thought that you would have known better. I'm sorry, Miss Mystere, but these people say they want to borrow the Grand Grimoire. Did you say the Grand Grimoire? You are Spella Cantabella. You of all people must know the significance of the Grand Grimoire. It is an important piece of literature which can only be viewed by learned persons of significant status. It's not like I can just give my permission to whoever asks for it, you know. I understand that, but this man... I'm sorry, but rules cannot be changed. The request is all mine. That book could prove indispensable for my investigations into magic. And you are... Excuse me, but may I ask your name? I am Herschel Layton. I am investigating this town. You could say I'm a traveler, so to speak. A traveler? I'm afraid I have never come across such a profession. Well, I suppose I can return to that letter later. My name is Riddle Mystere. Riddle? I just don't know. I am a librarian, as well as curator of the Great Archive. And I am therefore responsible for all pieces of work here, including the Grand Grimoire. I'm afraid that no matter what your profession or who you are, it is beyond my authority to lend you the Grand Grimoire. It is simply against the rules. The rules? Can't you make an exception for us? Look, please leave this to me. I'm better with ladies. I can understand you are unable to show this book to just anyone. However, as you yourself said just a moment ago, the Great Archive was founded for those in the noble pursuit of knowledge, and I am currently very much in the pursuit of knowledge regarding magic. Perhaps you would consider letting me at least peruse the Grand Grimoire. Only learned persons of significant status, and in particular inquisitors, are permitted to refer to Grand Grimoire. Inquisitors. Those who administer justice in this town, Knights of Wisdom, as they are known. Only somebody with equal status to that of an inquisitor, or with the same level of wisdom, would qualify. So, if I could demonstrate the required level of wisdom, then I would qualify. You certainly are a persistent gentleman. Very well. Let's see what you make of a trial. This trial has been used in the past to test the ability of aspiring inquisitors. If you are able to clear this trial, then I will acknowledge that your wisdom matches that of an inquisitor. If you can achieve this, then as a curator of the Great Archive, I will lend you that book. Splendid. Then by all means do begin. You certainly have some confidence. Let's see if you can live up to it. Do you think you can pass this trial, at which so many hopeful have stumbled? See what you can do with this. Piece of cake. Oh shit, what's that? No, I hate. Only 20? This looks like so hard. Make your way through the maze of strange clocks to the goal. You can only move in the direction of the clock hands. I'm sorry, I'm so sleepy. With each step you take, the clock hands will rotate 90 degrees. So take care. I thought I will have to move those, but seems like not really. Maybe I can just give it a like a try. I can go only by the movement of the... What do you mean? Touch the screen to go 1 step back. But I need 2 step backs because I can't go anywhere else from here. I nailed it.
Let's see if I've proven myself.
That was a piece of cake.
Puzzles are there to be solved.
Since I could just actually go few steps back, maybe even unlimited, I don't know, amount of steps. So, yeah. It wasn't all that hard. And also it gives you only 20 picarats. That means it's far from being a hard puzzle. How can this be? That hardly seemed a challenge for you. Who are you? And how did you do that so effortlessly? I'm a genius. More importantly, than who I am, there is one thing of which I am certain. And that is that every puzzle has an answer. So, do I qualify? Not so fast. Do you really believe that my permission can be obtained as easily as that? Well, you've said that before I partake into that trial. So, how can I trust you now? That was no more than a preliminary trial to separate the wheat from the chaff. Whatever it means. Now for the real trial. Even a man of your caliber should find this challenging. This trial will have your eyes rolling and your hat spinning. Okay. Mister, I've never seen you get this excited. Silence. Be quiet, Dewey. Sorry. I assume it's safe to predict that this will not be quite so simple. This will put an end to that overconfidence. Prepare to lose your mind in this mind-bending puzzle. Bring it on. Bring it on. What? Oh no, don't tell me there will be 3 puzzles of this kind. Ooh. I'm sorry, I'm so sleepy. What's that? Make you You can only move to the which However, note that the clock hands of the purple clocks appear to rotate at 3 times the speed of regular clocks. Better watch your step. Before I forget, I must warn you. You no longer have the luxury of undoing a move. What a bitch! One teeny tiny miscalculation and it's game over. I do hope you don't mind. Fuck. Can I still press it? Nope. I can still go here, right? Nailed it!
Let's see if I've proven myself.
You just
That was indeed
can't
an
do
intriguing
anything
puzzle.
against me. I'm too great. Don't tell me there's a third puzzle. I'm gonna kill you, if you will. How? My mind-bending puzzle. You didn't lose your mind. On the contrary, you found the solution. That's just impossible. My book. Don't look. Don't look at me. What? I didn't actually get a chance to look. My glasses. Let me put them on. Just a moment. They are just right there on your forehead. That's better. I apologize. For a moment there, I lost my composure. But to see my trial cleared like that, it seems I underestimated you, sir. It was a fascinating puzzle, no more than I'd expect from the curator of the Great Archive. I find your confidence rather disconcerting. I hope someday to have the pleasure of showing you a puzzle that will make those little round eyes of yours spin in your head. That's not very nice, but okay. But nevertheless, a promise is a promise. I hereby grant you your permission. The special viewing room containing the Grand Grimoire is located on the first floor. As I'm sure you are already aware, that book is of unparalleled importance. By no means may it be treated with anything but the utmost care. Of course, Miss Mystere. Thank you for granting me permission. Well then, shall we proceed to the special viewing room? I shall have to accompany you since the room is locked. You did it, Professor. You cleared both trials in one fell swoop. That was amazing, Mr. Layton. It's well known that Miss Mystere is an avid collector of puzzles, and I've heard that the puzzles she presents are always very difficult to solve. Now I feel so damn smart. Stop it. I see. So there are collectors of puzzles in this place too. What do you mean? Oh, nothing important. Right then. No use in waiting around. Let's go and take a look at the Grand Grimoire. Right you are, Professor. Finally. I can't wait. Well, they said first floor. But this is not first floor. It looks like a second floor. No? Never mind. This is the special viewing room. It's sure gentlemen such as yourself will understand. But seeing as this is a special room not open to a general public, I must insist that you are all be on your best behavior. Wow, this room feels so great and elegant. It's my first time in here too. I must admit I feel a little nervous. It certainly does give some indication of the importance of the book being kept here. That book in the center must be the Grand Grimoire, and someone left it open. Okay. Wait, there's no money found in here? No, I think it's so there should be 3 as usual, so Interesting. I found only one so far. There we go. Second one. This is incredible. It's crammed with information about magic. People say it's the magic used by the witches. If that's so, then the magic we saw in the London must be in here somewhere too. That may well be true, look. A tome as sick as this must surely contain some such information. Fighting it is a bit daunting, though. Huh? Huh? What's this? Professor, this page is different from the others. What is this? This page isn't about magic at all. Something about it makes me feel uneasy. Look, this page. It appears to be addressed to someone, don't you think? Oh, you mean like a message? Let's read it, Professor. Pretty damn long message. From a time long ago. The ancient flame has been locked in an infinite vault of books, waiting for the awakening. When the sun and moon, watching over the sage, swap places to show their true form, the door to the past will open. I have no idea what it means, but it sounds like a riddle. Once a person of perspicacity, I don't know this word, has fulfilled the challenge, the door will be open. Until then, I will wait for the time of the awakening. Sorry if that was loud. So what's that? What it means? What's going on? Oh, what is this? How can this be? Why is this in here? How did someone like this did something like this get into the Grand Grimoire? It's just not possible. I can't understand it. No one entered the special viewing room before you came here. And whenever someone enters this room, I always accompany them in this way. So, that means that the page must have changed at some point, doesn't it? Maybe it's always been there. There's so many pages. You might have never seen it just like that. Could that really be possible? Perhaps with some kind of device. Unthinkable! There is only one key to this room, so no one can enter without being granted my permission. I assure you it's true, on my honor as a curator. But then, how can anyone have done this? Look, I believe we both know who might be capable of such an act. Your friend? Huh? Or a witch? You mean witches, don't you? Witches? We don't know yet who changed that page, but the more important matter is what's written here. The infinite vault of books mentioned here presumably refers to the Great Archive. Would make sense, yeah. Which implies there is a secret of some sort hidden within the library. Professor, what about this part? A person of perspicacity? Well, I believe that could be referring to Carmina. He came here regularly to He came here regularly to investigate. So it's certainly somewhat likely, which means our next objective is to find the answer that he was looking for. It's a bit of a spooky message, but if we can open this door to the past, then we'll surely be one step closer to solving this mystery. Just a moment, please. I'm the curator here, and I won't be allowing you to investigate anything without my permission. So you mean we can't investigate? Not at all. I'm simply insisting that you allow me to accompany you. We already have one woman here. That's enough. That's more than enough. There should be no doors in this library that I don't know about. And even if there is something hidden somewhere, as suggested by this message, it is my duty as a curator to know what that is. I completely understand, Miss Mystere. We can only benefit from your presence. Now then, how about we all make our way back to the entrance? Let's think about where this door could be from there. I guess. But Professor, supposing there is a door, that message is such a puzzle in itself. Don't you think it will be difficult to find? You may be right, and this library is so large. Finding anything will surely take a good deal of our time. No, I think not. You're both missing something here. I believe I may well know what is meant by the words in the message. Really? Because I don't know. Yes, if you'll just remember the wording. From a time long ago, the ancient flame that has been locked in an infinite world of books, waiting for the awakening, should be a fireplace? When the sun and the moon watching over the sage swap places to show their true form, the door to the past will open. I don't really have a clue. Once a person of something has fulfilled the challenge, the door will be open. Until then, I will wait for the time of the awakening. If you'll both take a look around this room, you'll notice we are surrounded by books. There's probably nowhere else in the library with more books than there are right here. It's a library after all. There are books extending all the way up. We are completely surrounded by them. And the key to opening the door is in the sun and moon watching over the sage. I see something that looks like sun and moon. And sage is that bird thing, no? But what could that mean? There are no windows, so no light can come in from the sun or the moon. Precisely, which means it is not the real sun and moon that are being referred to here. Obviously. And they're located where they can watch over the sage, in other words, behind. Perhaps you have already realized to whom the sage is referring. Right then, let's find this sun and moon watching over the sage and open the door. Do I show you the sun? That's the sun that... oh wait. How did I miss the coin? Coin, I'm sorry. That's the sage, I think, that we're looking for. No? Is that what we're looking for? Ah, what's that? Sun and moon construction. Oh, so the sage must be? That's right, the sage of this library refers to the curator. And the sun and moon construction is located right behind her seat. So that's what the sun and moon watching over the sage was referring to. And when the sun and moon swap places, their true form will be shown. This means we should just rotate this thing, and the door to the past will open. Don't repeat that thing 10 times in a row. But what does that mean by their true form? Well, if we wrote it as face value, it would suggest that we are currently seeing their untrue form. Duh? Have a look at this. There seems to be some sort of mechanism in place. Ah, Professor, if you look closely, there seems to be a puzzle hidden here. Can't wait. There are 2 lines on each side with an image of the sun and the moon. Maneuver the tiles so that the sun and the moon swap sides. Oh no. Oh no. I hate this kind of puzzle. Okay. After that, all I just need is to move them around as needed. Okay. Not too hard, I guess. Okay. Nailed it.
I've already seen the answer. Ah, the joy of solving puzzles.
Yeah, I feel so smart every time I solve them. That's why I love these games. They make me feel powerful. Or sometimes miserable when I can't solve something. Yeah. Secret passage. Pretty cool. Ah, Professor, there's a stairway. Who would have thought there could be anything like this hidden here? Well, this whole place looks like it has something hidden here, to be honest. Okay. The ancient flame has been locked in an infinite vault of books. I wonder just what we'll find down there. A fireplace? An entrance to a basement below the Great Archive? Am I right in thinking that you knew nothing of the stairway's existence? That's right. And if I, as a curator, knew nothing of it, then surely no one else could. It's hard to believe that a secret such as this could have been hidden here all this time. Who could have possibly left such a message? It might be wise not to let anyone see what has been revealed here. I agree. I'll be back as soon as I have asked the other visitors to leave the building. So there are some visitors that probably just saw the floor opening and some stairways appear. Never mind. Well then, are you both ready? You betcha. Let's go, Professor. You too, Espella. Okay then, Luke. Aren't we supposed to wait for that woman? Who cares, right? First, I'd like to save because it's been like forever since I saved the game. Ooh, dragon. This place appears to be more sort of a historic site. It's amazing to think a place like this could exist under a library. I wonder where it dates from, when it dates from. Ah, that mural. It can't be. This wall painting is a bit scary, isn't it? A monster attacking a burning town. There's also a woman hurling fire. I suppose she must be a witch. That woman is the Great Witch. Miss Mystere? This certainly doesn't bode well. A painting of the Great Witch here. Do you know anything about the witch in this painting? You don't know the Great Witch. But how can that be possible for a man of your learning? Well, that's... Never mind. I'm sure you must have your reasons. I don't wish to pry. I appreciate that. Would you mind perhaps telling us a bit about this witch? The woman in this painting is the Great Witch Bezella, and this painting depicts the infamous legendary fire that she caused. It was caused by a dragon? She is the witch in charge of all witches, whose very existence something. The Great Witch Bezella cannot be considered the same as the other witches. She is the root of all labyrinthious woes. The Great Witch Bezella. What do you mean by the roots of all labyrinthious woes? The reason for all of labyrinthious suffering at the hands of witches lies in the very existence of the Great Witch Bezella. Would you mind elaborating? The Great Witch Bezella is the source of all other witches. As long as she exists, there will be no end to other witches. While the Great Witch Bezella is with us, the townspeople will forever live in fear under the shadow of witches. So, you mean that if there were no Great Witch, there would be peace? No Great Witch? That's easy enough to say. But while all the kings have been searching for Bezella, nobody has ever been able to find her. There are very few clues, and no one has ever seen her in person. You are Bezella. That's a crazy guess. Nevertheless, the Great Witch Bezella is undoubtedly present in Labyrinthia. How do you say? I mean, what? How do you know that? How can you be so certain? Because her deep claw marks can still be seen throughout the town. Claw marks? You must all have seen them too, the traces of that fire when you enter the library. Ah, yes. There was a part of this building that has suffered noticeable damage. Bezella is a fearful witch who has all other witches under her bidding. Long ago, this town was reduced to ashes as a result of her fiery magic. Reduced to ashes? That must have been, let me see, 100 or so years ago. It was on the evening of the fire festival held every year in honor of the Great Witch Bezella. Honor. What? They were honoring her that day and she came down and burned the whole thing? The whole place? Why? The Great Witch's fury was unleashed without warning as the entire town burned. That's terrible. That was the legendary fire. Every person in this town knows about it. The legendary fire. You repeat that like 5 times at least? The rebuilding of the town was a long and arduous process, and all the while Bezella must have been watching and laughing from the shadows. That's awful. Even now, the legend of long ago continues to cause real suffering amongst the townsfolk. To think that a painting of that fearful witch could be right here in the basement of my beloved library. What is it doing here all over the places, of all places? Who knows? There's nothing for it. I'll just have to have this room sealed shut. Please, let's keep the existence of this room strictly between ourselves, for the good of the people. As for me, I shall do my best to forget all about this hidden room. I'm afraid I'd rather not remain in here a minute longer. It's time I started closing up the library for the day. I can't help but feel we've done something wrong. Look, do you recall the words towards the end of that message? Do you mean until then I will wait? That's right. When we opened the door, or rather when we were guided towards opening this door, I could sense someone else's will at work. Well, did we just awaken the witch or something? It's almost as if our following Carmina and coming to this library had all been planned out in advance. Surely you don't mean that we were beckoned here by the Great Witch Bezella? Hard to tell. What if this is... Wait a second! Espella Bezella. Oh my goodness! She's the Great Witch. No. We couldn't have protected the Great Witch. But who knows, maybe Great Witch is actually a good person. Right?
Huh? Is something the matter? Are you feeling all right, Espella?
Yes, I'm fine, really.
Well, she doesn't look like she's fine.
A speller?
Yes? What is it?
It's just that, well, you've been so quiet.
Oh, it's nothing. It's just that it's a little chilly, don't you think?
It's actually pretty damn cold here. I'd like to take a hot bath. I mean, shower and just jump under the blankets. And sleep. Because I'm tired. Yeah, okay, what were you saying?
The atmosphere is a bit sinister, not to mention that scary picture. Maybe it's about time we made a move from here?
Yes, indeed.
Those words at the end of the message. I will wait. What if we weren't meant to be the ones being called here? Huh. I can't know for sure. Well, maybe we were, actually. I don't know. We'll see anyway. Phew, it's much more relaxing here, isn't it? It felt so intense and claustrophobic down there. I actually kind of felt like it, yeah. A little bit. Even though for a person who's been playing horror games for a lot of years. Yes, it certainly did. Today has been full of surprises. Not only did I meet up with you two again, but we also found that mural in the library. It seems that this town really does hold a mysterious secret, doesn't it? What shall we do now? I'd certainly like to learn more about this magic. We have been in here for quite some time. It must be getting late. Yeah, we didn't even get a chance to actually read the book. Besides that riddle part. It's probably best if we wind up our investigating for today and take a rest. You must both be feeling tired. Yes, I suppose you're right. I'd be happy to do a little more investigating with you two. But I have an errand to run before it gets too late. Right, she was supposed to buy goat milk. I'm still up for investigating further. Whatever the puzzle, I'm ready to solve it. Oh, it's cute. I mean, his tummy sounded really funny. Look, I could hear your tummy rumbling from here just now. Well, I can't pretend I'm not a little hungry. If you haven't arranged accommodation yet, why don't you both stay in the bakery? I mean, while there are guards looking for us in the town, we don't have any other option. But it seems like from now on we can just walk around freely for some reason, even though just like a few hours ago we were supposed to hide from them. I don't know how it works, but fine. There's a room free, so I'm sure it will be alright. And Mrs. Eclair would love to help you. What do you say? Well, if you put it like that, we'd be delighted to stay. Thank you, Spella. And there's all that delicious bread too. I'm looking forward to it already. Professor Layton, do you have to be going? Yes. Sorry for all the trouble we put you to. Not at all. Although I still can't get used to there being a secret room under the library. It's been a while since I last met someone capable of solving my puzzles. So, call me. And as I promised, you have my permission to borrow the Grand Grimoire. If you have any need for it in the future, please do drop by and let me know. Thank you very much, Miss Mystere. It's been a pleasure. Oh, there's just one more thing. I have all the Labyrinthia's puzzles stored here in this library. As you continue with your investigations here in Labyrinthia, there will likely be puzzles that you cannot solve or which you do not find. Such puzzles will come to me. Anytime you wish to solve such puzzles, just visit me and I will show you them to you. Yeah, that's something that's always possible to find in Professor Layton games. Some person that holds puzzles that you either skipped to solve or didn't meet during your investigation, and later next chapter you will be able to find them in that person. So it's useful if you are looking for solving every one of them. Then I look forward to seeing you again. I'll be waiting. Please take care on your way home. It's already become dark out there. And if I remember rightly, the storyteller's latest story did mention the evening. You guys should just stay in the library. You take care too, until we meet again, Miss Mystere. So did you give her your number? No? Wow, it's already this dark out here. I didn't realize we were in there so long. Well, it doesn't take too long for sunrise. Half an hour can be pretty much drastical difference. It looks as if it must have been raining up until a moment ago. The ground is still wet. Yes, and that reminds me of what Mrs. Eclair was saying before we left. She said you might want to hurry. It looks like it might rain at any time. Let's get a move on. You too, Spella. Hey, where is she? Whoa, that's strange. She's not here. Go back into the library. I wonder where she could have gone. Perhaps she's still in the Great Archive. Hi. Going home with all these books? To sleep with them? Slowly does it, step by step. Oh, are you two still here? Can you let me through? I have to lock up. Hello, Dewey. Have you seen Spella? If you're looking for a Spella, she left while you were still talking to Miss Mystere. Huh? I wonder why. She said something about having to buy some milk, even though it was still raining. Ah, yes, I do remember Mrs. Eclair asking her to get some milk for the bakery. It was raining, you say? Yes, it started raining about time you all went down into the library basement, and Spella left. Just now, it did look as if the rain was about to stop. Ah, yes, she left a message for you. She said go back without her. This is suspicious. Still, but she didn't have to go alone, especially in the dark. I'm sure she'll be fine. If it's only milk she needs, then she can get it at the market. It's not far, so she should be back soon. If anything, I'd be more worried about you two being the ones in danger. You know, in the story it said there were two companions. If your work here is finished, then I suggest you both go home. I don't want to get caught up in anything. Look, why don't we head back to the bakery and wait for Spella there? I suppose so. I guess she'll be alright, right? I guess. Professor, I smell freshly baked bread. I wonder if that could be Mrs. Claire's work. Let's go inside. Yes, we could. Although we could also take a walk around the town at night. If there's nothing else we'd particularly like to see, perhaps we should head back in. Evening, gents. Isn't Espella with you? Do you know Espella? Do I know her? There isn't a person in this town who doesn't know Espella. I didn't realize she was so famous. I've known some ignorant people, but you two really do take the biscuit. If you knew her better, then I doubt you'd be spending so much time with her. Huh? What's that supposed to mean? Espella is a lovely person. I don't know how you can say that. Personally, I don't enjoy talking about her in that way either. What's that supposed to mean? This looks nice. Aha! Welcome back. I have prepared the evening meal already. Wow, it looks great. Hang on, where's Espella? I'm afraid we were separated when she went to get that milk. Has she not come back yet? Oh dear, maybe I was asking too much of her. My apologies. I should have stopped her, had I had the chance. It's nothing you need to worry about, Mr. Layton. That girl knows her way around. I'm sure she'll be back soon. Let's go ahead and eat while we're waiting for her. I love it when we all get to eat together. Meals are much more enjoyable that way. I've never had bread and jam that tastes this good before. I hope Espella gets back soon. Oh yeah, you guys went out to the Great Archive with her, didn't you? Did you find what you were looking for? Well, it's a bit of a mystery, really. What do you mean? In truth, we went there to investigate the mystery that is Labyrinthia. However, what we found instead was quite the puzzle. Alright, a puzzle, huh? You know, I get the impression puzzles are pretty popular in this town. Do you know what the puzzle is, Nick? Not that I know exactly. Well, we spend all our time baking. It's not really the kind of thing we're supposed to know about, I guess. Well, not really. You guys should know a lot about that, I guess. Indeed. It appears the two of you are a little unsure about the concept of puzzles. Say, Mr. Layton, do you think you could give us a little puzzles 101 crash course? I'm kinda curious. It would be my pleasure, Miss Faye, but rather than explaining it in words, I believe actually trying your hand at a puzzle would be far more rewarding. Here, I'll give you both a simple example to think about. Now then, here we have two long loaves of bread placed side by side. You'll notice that they form a number 11. Do you see what I mean? Kinda. Oh yeah, I get it. So that's what a puzzle is. Not quite, Miss Faye. The puzzle is what follows next. What I'd like you to try is, I'd like you to see if you can change this into a number lower than 1. Obviously, place 1 on top of 1 and it will be 1. A lower number? So how about if I take one of the lows? However, the one condition is that you must add another loaf of exactly the same type. You need to add another loaf? Even though we add a loaf, the number has to be lower. I think I'm beginning to see what you mean by puzzle. Wait, I think I've got it. Well, I don't. I may just be a baker, but I bet I have the right answer. It's not a number, it's... Huh? If I place the extra loaf sideways, like this, then 1 minus 1. Oh, give me a break, Nick. That's totally the letter H. We are trying to solve a puzzle here, not win a spelling bee. But 1 minus 1 actually makes sense. Oh, come on. I can't be the only one that sees 1 minus 1, right? Right? Well, you just put them a little bit further between each other. Turning it into a matter of arithmetic is certainly an interesting approach. You, think so? Most certainly. That's precisely the kind of flexible thinking needed for solving puzzles. Now, let's think again. Take a seat and leave this to a pro, Nick. How about this? You just take this new loaf and ta-da! Did she just eat half of it? Now that's 1 minus 1. Hey, eating is a cheating. Really? Because it feels more like winning to me. You're full of surprises, Miss Faye. I didn't expect that kind of innovation. But I guess they are both wrong. I solved the puzzle and enjoyed the bread. Win-win, baby. But didn't Mr. Layton tell us at the start that we need to add another loaf of the exact same type? Huh? Seriously? That's right. Unfortunately, I'm afraid I can't accept this as a solution to the puzzle. Well, alright, but... is there really another better solution? Well, what do you think? Can either of you think of a different solution? I'm drawing a blank. I guess this kind of thing just isn't for me. You both came up with such creative answers. I'm sure you'll be solving puzzles in no time. But now it's time for the solution. The important thing in this puzzle's solution is the angle of the loaf that is added. Huh? If the new loaf is placed upright, like so, 1.1? But how? The bread can't hold like that by itself. That's also cheating. Just saying. Hey, that's right. That's a lot lower than a level. 11. Exactly. When solving puzzles, there is never just one correct method. It's essential to think flexibly, and try many means to solve it. Sometimes critical thinking is the key to success. Right, I see what you mean. These puzzles are really something else. Well, if I see another puzzle like this, I'd still rather eat my way to solve it. You know, I don't think I'm cut out for brain-busting bread puzzles like this. I'll stick with good old regular bread, thanks. No, go back to solving puzzles. That's because we are ace bakers. I guess we're better suited for using our hands than our heads. Is that so? In truth, I can't help but feel you're both a little out of place as bakers, if you'll pardon my saying so. Naturally, I won't force puzzles upon you, but if either of you should be interested, I would heartily recommend giving puzzle solving a try. Professor, right now there's something else we'll need to try. Mrs. Claire's freshly baked bread is getting cold, and I'm sure it tastes better hot. It usually does, but it's also not very healthy to eat fresh bread. Oh dear. So it is. So it is. You know how I can get when it comes to puzzles. Yeah. We all know. A bit crazy. Well, young man, I must say it's a pleasure to have someone show such appreciation for my baking. When it comes to your bread, Mrs. Claire, there's no limit to how much I could eat. Huh? Luke! You shouldn't have said that. Why? My, aren't you darling? Well then, in that case, I suppose I'll just have to bring out my special reserve. Hold on a moment. I'll just go and fetch it. Right. I think it's time I started preparing tomorrow's bread. Yes, me too. I'm sure it must be that time already. Professor, what was that all about? I'm not entirely sure, but I do seem struck by a sudden sense of impending doom. Oh. Kept you waiting, huh? There you go. Have at it. But be warned, I won't take kindly to any leftovers. Whoa. This loaf. Wait. Where did those two go? Miss Maya, Mr. Wright. Look, it would appear that we have been left to tackle this particular task alone. Well, good luck. Good luck with that. Did they actually finish it? Phew, I'm stuffed. I believe this must be the most bread I had ever eaten in my life. Will you even survive this night, guys? Wait a sec. I've just realized we have finished eating, but Espella still isn't back yet. She went to the market, didn't she? Perhaps we ought to go and... Maybe it's her? Oh my, customers at this late hour? I'm sorry, but we're closed. Oh no, that man over there. So he's the one, is he? Just a minute, what do you think you're doing, bargain? In here like this. Stand aside, madam, I mean, this is a matter of urgency. Well, what are you going to do? You there, porcupine head. You're coming with us. Huh? Poor porcupine head? You don't mean me, do you? Wait, I thought they were after Layton. What the hell? Layton is just standing there and well... Phoenix wasn't even supposed to be in this room. What the hell? And Layton should be there and Captain doesn't even give a damn about him. Great. Certainly you would appear to be alone in that particular front. I wish I had a top hat to write about now. Enough of your idle chit-chat. Time to get going. Huh? What do you mean? Well, it should be quite obvious. You're coming to the court, of course. The court? What's the charge? Yeah, Nick, what did you do? I didn't do anything. The only thing you could accuse me of is making bread that's too good to eat. This man is not the one who's on trial. Oh, he's gonna be a lawyer? In that case, why is Mr. Wright being made to go to the court? That's simple, because the girl has requested him, of course. Espella did. Am I right? Girl? What girl? Naturally, the girl facing trial for this evening's crime. That heinous witch. Mrs. Pella Cantabella, no less. Again. Poor girl. Witch, you say? What I guess. I wonder. Maybe it's actually true. Puzzles sent to... Did I miss all these? Wow. We sure gonna check it out later. Next part. I wanna solve all puzzles. At least try to solve all puzzles. Okay. Finally a prompt to save, and I think it's a great time to call it a day. So yeah. I really am a lot into the story, if it makes sense. My English is so amazing. So I'm really curious how it's gonna work out. So yeah. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day, and I hope to see you in the next part.